What is up, my dude and dudettes, and welcome back to TellerTube. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the subreddit r/choosingbeggars. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe as it would really help out my channel and allow me to continue to make these videos for you guys. And with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. I need your truck for a different kind of test drive. This just happened last week. I still can't believe this guy. I recently upgraded my car, so I'm selling a 2004 GMC Sierra in really good condition for $3,000. It's been smog checked and worked on recently, everything is solid. I've had people text me what's the lowest you'll take over and over for about a month until this guy came along. We'll call him Frank for the sake of this story. Frank calls in at 11:30 p.m. one day telling me he needs a truck as soon as possible. He says he doesn't have time to waste and wants to meet ASAP. I asked him if he could wait until the next morning, but he kept insisting that he needed it as soon as possible. Alright, so I call my university security office, who are close friends of mine, and let them know I'll be meeting with someone for a possible vehicle sale on campus. They are happy to stand by as I talk to Frank. 15 minutes later, I pull into the parking lot and Frank is standing there next to a beach cruiser bike. He tells me he just biked across town to meet me there. As I approach him, he introduces himself, then proceeds to waste 20 minutes telling me about how his family came from Colombia, yada yada yada, then asks for the keys. I give him the keys and he starts the engine, inspects it, pulls the dipstick, and checks all around. Frank doesn't find anything else for another 10 or so minutes of checking everything for a second time. Frank then approaches me and tells me he needs me to pick him up the next morning at his apartment and drive him and the truck over to his mechanic, which will charge me $400 to do an inspection for him. I tell him no, and if he wants to do an inspection, he is welcome to bring a mechanic with him or at least pay for the inspection. At this point, Frank gets upset and starts raising his voice, telling me I'm some kind of scammer trying to sell him junk. I politely tell him I'm happy to take the truck to wherever he wants as long as he pays for the inspection and it's within city limits. He finally agrees, but I still must pick him up the next day. At this point, I just want to sell this truck, so I agree. Next day comes along, I pick him up, and while on the way there, he tells me the buying process is taking too long and the most he will pay is $2,000. I tell him $2,500 is the lowest I'll take. He doesn't seem happy. We talk a bit more before he changes the subject and tells me he's moving to a city 3 hours away and needs to use the truck as a test drive to move his stuff on that same day. I look at him thinking he's joking and he proceeds to ask me, "Can you fill up the tank?" I excitedly tell him, sure thing. We don't talk much more until we get to his mechanic. As soon as he gets out to greet his buddy, I drive out of the parking lot and head home. Frank is about to learn how to use public transportation. Don't be like Frank.
What the heck, are you trying to scam me or something? I'm only gonna pay $2,000. Oh, also, I need a 3-hour test drive to move some stuff.
6-year friendship ended by choosing beggar behavior. I'm so sad, you guys. I really expected better from this choosing beggar. We've been friends for 7 years and we've been there for each other through a lot. I'm the godmother to his toddler, and if he's ever been in need, I've done what I can. Lately, he's been distant, not really talking to me unless he's popping up to tell me his latest money woes and can I please do this or that for him or the baby. It was annoying, but I tried to be patient because hey, we're all struggling out here. The last straw came last week. He pops up with the biggest story. Lost job, baby mama's ex didn't share the tax money, etc, etc. I offer food. He tells me someone else gave him food, but he gave most of it away, all of it fresh produce, because he didn't want it. I offer diapers, baby food, etc. for the baby. He says they need it, but he really needs cash. I tell him I don't have any, but I will work with one of my swap groups to get the baby what she needs. Then he comes right out and says it. He doesn't want food, diapers, medicine, nothing. He wants cash so he can buy weed and pills. My heart friggin' broke. I am so disgusted. You deprive your child of fresh, healthy food during a pandemic where people are going broke just to buy bananas and milk. You're not putting gas in your truck to go find another job, nothing. And you have the nerve to come to me, a person who just got out of the hospital for COVID, for money to get high. Of course I told him hell no. He tries to hit me up being all buddy every couple of days, but I just ignore him. My parents used to pull this crap when I was a kid, and I'm disgusted that someone I considered a friend would stoop so low. Feels bad, man. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is just one of those stories you hate to see. Well, I really hope Chief gets some help. Choosing Beggar tries to hit me for not giving him a free phone. This happened about 4 years ago, but I still think about it to this day. When I, female 17 at the time, worked in a phone store, most crappy job I've had. Anyway, we sold used phones. This particular lady had come in one day saying that her phone was broken. She had previously purchased it 3 months ago from us. It was out of warranty because we only have 1 month warranty for all phones, but because she was a regular, my boss said he would do the best he could to fix it. This lady was very entitled and always wanted to be given free stuff and extreme discounts. I didn't like dealing with her much, so my boss would usually talk to her. My boss spent all his free time, day and night, trying to fix it. He was a crap person, but he loved kissing customers' butts. The lady had come from time to time, but she was told to please be patient as we still couldn't find the problem. My boss suspected she most likely dropped it and something in the boot was damaged, but he was trying to figure out a solution where she wouldn't have to pay for anything. A month later, she comes in one day demanding to be given her phone. I told her it wasn't fixed yet, but she insisted on getting it back. I said that's fine. I go into the back room where the repairs are done, but her phone is taken apart. She said she needed it by the end of the day because they were moving to Florida the same day. Like, yes, wait until the last moment to get it back. My boss comes back and puts it together. Also, a side note, an S6 Edge Plus has a glass back door and is not easily able to take off. Sometimes it can get a little crack. Choosing Beggar was told beforehand that it may crack if we opened it, which she said was fine. She comes back and I give her her phone. She takes a look at it and leaves, but comes back in a few seconds later yelling at me and telling me that we broke her back door. I explained to her that we had previously told her about this and she said it was fine. She continues to yell, saying that she wasn't going to let her phone be in this condition. The conversation goes somewhat like this. Lady:
How dare you break my phone? I demand you give me a new one.
Me: I apologize, but this phone is out of warranty, so we are unable to just give you a new one.
I bought this phone a month ago. I deserve to get a new one. Give me a new phone now.
She brought it in a month ago to be fixed after having it for 3 months, so I didn't understand why she even tried to lie about it. I stood firm and I said I would not give her a new one. She started yelling at other customers and started berating me for
not doing my job properly.
She stormed out and I thought this was the end of it. But then crap hit the fan. Her husband, who I'd met a few times, was a really rough and rude guy, and the moment I saw him rushing through the store, I felt my temperature drop. He was red in the face and literally trembling. Husband:
You will give my wife a free phone or we're going to have problems.
I look to my boss, who is ignoring this large man yelling at me. He throws the phone on my desk and gets closer.
Give me a new phone right now or I will come over and get it myself.
He starts saying in a smug voice,
It is your fault it is broken and you are responsible for providing her a new free one. Or better yet, pay me back all the money we spent on this phone in cash.
He holds out his hand and I just stare right at him and use my best customer service voice. Again, there is nothing I can do about this, sir. We have helped your wife as much as we could. The phone is out of warranty and we were only trying to help because you were a regular customer here. I'm sorry, but we cannot give you your money back or give you a new phone. I maybe, slim chance, could have refunded her the money or even given her a new one, but they were being rude AF. He starts trembling again and making his way around the end of the desk to get around to where I am. Sir, if you step one more foot past here, I'm going to have to call the police. He looks at me and at my boss, who again is not giving a care in the world to this man yelling at me. He balls his fist and starts walking towards me back to the front of the desk. He then quickly lifts his arm and tries swinging at me. There was a monitor in front of me and only manages to knock that down. I'm in complete shock and fear that he tried to hit me, but I can't help myself from smiling from the fact that he not only missed but tripped trying to hit me. He sees that I'm smiling, unfazed, on the outside. Me: Sorry sir, I'm going to have to call the police.
Screw you and this place. You'll see what's coming to you. You wait and see.
He knocks down some chairs and signs as he leaves and slams the door. I stand there just staring at the monitor and think he did all that for what? His wife broke her phone out of warranty and wanted us to just give her a new phone. My boss asked what happened and I tell him and he was surprised and said he didn't even notice. He was right friggin' there, so I'm not sure how he didn't see or hear anything. They never came back, but oddly enough, 2 days later the store had been broken into and trashed. I'm not saying it was them, but choosing beggars desperately want what they don't deserve. Oh man, I think the funniest part is how the boss didn't even acknowledge everything going on. Oh, that's good. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button as it would really help me out. Subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date with my latest videos, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.